This is Jordan's Vision. Pull up a seat and kick up your feet. Welcome, guys. How are we doing? It is time for another Beyond Belief Fact or Fiction reaction. Can you believe we are at the penultimate episode right now? Season 4, Episode 12. After this, there's only one more in the original run, and one more in the episodes that I have access to. So, I'm going to miss doing the show when it's over, man. Like, I've been doing it since the beginning of the channel, and, yeah, it's almost become a staple. So, last time we did get a 3, and the past few seasons, Season 2 and Season 3 both, I got 36 out of 65 total. And right now we are sitting at 33 out of 55 with the 2 episodes to go. So I'm in good position to pass that 36 mark, but, you know, got to do good on this one. So let's get started. Season 4, Episode 12. Here we go. Before I get started, please remember to like, comment, subscribe, all that fun stuff, and don't forget, reacting to art is sharing art. Channels like these benefit everyone from the viewers all the way up to the original creators themselves. Also, a reminder, spoilers are likely, so if you haven't seen this episode yet and would like to, please feel free to click off and take care of that first. I'll be here when you get back, but for those of you who are sticking with me, pull up a seat, kick up your feet. This is Beyond Belief Fact or Fiction, Season 4, Episode 12, the penultimate episode of the entire run. All right, here we go. I think I've seen this before.
Known as the impossible fork.
Yeah.
Observe this illustration. Focus on the bottom half of the illustration. Here we see the tines of the fork. Also, definitely possible. But viewed together at the same time, we see 2 tines.
Oh, yeah, that's trippy.
We'll tell you which are true and which are false at the end of the show. But right now, keep an open mind. For just when you think you're traveling down the clear pathway of truth, you may encounter an impossible fork in the road.
4 years of watching this show, yeah, it happens.
These days, there's still a richness and fascination to the art of good old film recording.
Yep.
In fact, under certain conditions, film may still be the most reliable recording method of all. For one thing, you can't erase it by mistake with the push of a button.
Yeah, I guess this is before digital film.
Albert Wainwright believes in film and its ability to capture things even the eye can't see. Then again, you must take into account his profession. You see, Albert Wainwright is not a filmmaker. He's a ghost hunter.
Catching some ghosts on film, I guess.
Scanning finished.
I don't know much about ghost hunting, so I'm gonna have to figure this out as I go along.
I know they're here. I can feel them.
We're divided.
You can feel the ghosts.
Some thought him crazy, others a genius.
I mean, this show is full of ghosts, so I'm sure they're there.
I believed in him, and so did Ron.
Nothing, Doc. Just more rats.
Maybe they're ghost rats?
In this house, 40 years ago, Stephen Malone strangled his wife, Marcia, to death.
Ooh,
and then
it's a murder house.
Show yourself, Malone.
Dr. Wainwright was becoming more and more obsessed.
I know you're here.
All the Beyond Belief I've seen, it's hard to imagine a ghost being reluctant to show itself.
Dr. Wainwright had used psychics on other cases with mixed results, but he believed that Rosalind truly had the gift.
She feels something already? Keep an eye on the film. Oh.
What's wrong?
I just saw a man with a rope.
I wonder how much information she knew in advance.
Chill of death is in the air. Okay, they've come forward.
She definitely knows something.
It's a young woman.
There they are.
She's afraid.
Now, do they actually see the ghosts, or is this just for dramatic effect?
He's angry. Spirit is angry. He does not want you to be filming him.
Keep shooting, Tara.
Why is the ghost just reenacting something he did when he was alive?
We had all seen the same thing, and I was positive that I got it on film. I gave the reel to Dr. Wainwright. He was going to take it to
is it confirmed that they got it on film?
We all made history tonight. Thank you.
So what's going to happen when they play it? Either it's going to be a groundbreaking discovery, or it's just their imagination.
Dr. Wainwright took off on his own. We packed up the equipment, and we were going to meet him the next morning at a press conference.
Thank you, Rosalind.
He was going to announce our findings to the world.
You know, before you announce anything to the world, you should probably look at the tape first.
Dr. Wainwright?
Oh, what happened?
At first, I couldn't tell what was wrapped so tightly around. By the time Ron looked inside, I knew. It was the exposed film.
He strangled him with this film?
The police said that somebody probably tried to rob him when he entered his car. But why would they strangle him with the film?
There's probably stronger things to strangle someone with.
Everyone present swore they saw 2 ghosts that night. But without the film, there was no proof. Further investigation revealed that psychic Rosalind Sarno was an accomplished hypnotist. Think back.
She's a hypnotist, eh?
Story is
All right,
true or
let's
false.
talk about it. Okay, let's get this out of the way. I don't think a ghost strangled him with his film. Yeah, so I don't think that happened. So he mentioned that the psychic was a hypnotist, so it is possible that maybe she has some kind of hypnotic powers to make people think they saw those ghosts. So usually I say when more than one person sees it that it's a little strange, but if they're hypnotized to see it, maybe that's a different story. There could have been a robber outside or something like that, or like someone, who didn't want that film to get out. Maybe he knew what was going on, so he used the film and kind of two birds with one stone, I guess. There is a bunch of weird stuff in this story. I think it's kind of easily explainable though, and I'm not 100% on this. I don't think I am going to be 100% on this. I'm kind of leaning towards true. That's what I'm going to do. Again, I won't be surprised if it's wrong here, but yeah, I could see it happening. Especially if the psychic's a hypnotist, then they could have seen anything. Okay, then let's get to story number 2.
The seduction of gambling, bright colors, constant action, the surge of adrenaline as you put your stakes on the line.
Been to a few casinos in my day.
But what if you could beat the odds? What if you could eliminate chance? Jimmy Welsh has an unfortunate name for a gambler.
Cheater?
And the bad luck to go with it.
Yeah, that's why casinos have rules on, like, card counting and stuff.
I was a regular at the Royale Casino in Reno, Nevada. It was one of the older joints, and I liked gambling there.
No more bets, please.
All right, what's he got? 30, red.
Checked at the
That's a
Royale
no?
because that's it for me.
Yeah. Gotta know when to quit.
What do you draw?
Know your limit, play within it.
I fit the pattern of the addicted gambler. I'd lose most of my paycheck, swear to quit forever, and then come back as soon as I got paid. My routine.
Sometimes it's like that.
Change.
That's addiction. Oh, what?
Whoa! Just my luck. I'll be electrocuted today.
You got pretty close there.
Hey, can I flip you for the check?
Sure, why not? Call it.
Heads.
Heads. Heads?
Heads it is.
I can't imagine a waitress actually agreeing to that.
Tails.
Yep, right again.
Heads.
So, that electric shock made him the luckiest person in the world, apparently.
I flipped that coin 26 times in a row.
26 times.
For the first time in my life, I was in control.
Oh, he's got it.
I wanted to see
Oh.
if my new power worked on the roulette wheel. 22.
Yeah, he's saying 22. Got it.
22, win.
I always kept a $10 bill in my shoe in case of an emergency.
Dealer's like, my pigeon's back.
I never...
7.
Number 7 wins.
He got it.
Number 33 wins.
33. Another one.
Drinks for everyone.
Everyone's gathered around the table now. They've caught on.
I wasn't sure why this was happening, but I wasn't about to quit. It didn't take long, and I was almost $100,000 ahead.
This is why they have house limits. He's gonna bankrupt the casino.
Hold on to those for just a minute. I'll be right back. Then and there.
You're gonna leave those unsupervised?
I kept thinking about all the money I lost to that casino throughout the years and how I was going to get it all back with interest. You're not getting me this time.
Don't electrocute yourself again. Oh!
I'm going to have to talk to somebody about that.
So I wonder if that took it away. He's gonna go all in and lose it all, right?
Let's make $100,000. 26.
Yeah.
That ball was taking its sweet time falling in 26. But I wasn't worried. 6 seconds from my
You should be
goal.
worried, I think.
6.
That ain't 26.
Number 18.
18.
Red.
That can't be. My number was 26.
Yeah, and you lost.
That's gambling. Should have postponed that bathroom
Still
trip.
had plenty of money left, so I figured I'd give it another shot.
Place your bets, please.
Aw, don't do this, dude. You lost your
Then
powers. The hand
Forget
dryer
about my
said so.
bankroll. I had gone through almost $500,000 in 20 minutes. I'm hanging in there till it comes back.
Is he gonna try to electrocute himself again?
Did the electric shock he received from the dryer give him some kind of psychokinetic energy and then take it away again? Was it just a once-in-a-million lucky streak? Or did Lady Luck, who had always given Jimmy the cold shoulder, decide to smile on him for a while?
It's a little strange, like, if he got absolutely everything right, like called a coin flip 26 times out of 26 and then just got every roulette number right. I don't know if necessarily it has to be that exact for the story to be considered true. Like, it's possible someone goes into the bathroom, gets an electric shock, and all of a sudden, I don't know if he has perfect luck, but he has pretty damn good luck, maybe. Wins a bunch of money and then goes to the bathroom again and his luck runs out. Again, I don't think it's perfect luck, like 26 out of 26 coin flip luck, but it could be, like, very good luck. I don't think it's a matter of, like, did someone have a bunch of good luck for a while? Because I'm sure a lot of people have. It's probably just a matter of, like, did the electric shock do it? And of course, there's also the mental aspect of it. Like, sometimes, if you feel like you're going to have good luck, you will, or you feel like you're going to have bad luck, you will. It's definitely a lot to believe, but I don't think it's completely impossible. Yeah, I think I might mark this one as true as well. I know I'm probably taking a chance, but story number 3.
The practice of phrenology, basically the reading of bumps on the head, has long been replaced by high-tech brain scanning procedures which can pinpoint the smallest problem.
Yeah, I've heard of this stuff too.
It's the same way astrology gives us a layman's look at the heavens. Dr.
True.
Dale Cullen is an expert on problems of the brain. He's always looked at phrenology as a frivolous activity, but what he's about to experience will make his own brain spin.
This show has done that before.
I'd been a successful neurologist for the past 12 years. I loved my work, and there was nothing more
I don't like the look of those scans.
But the one thing I had never gotten used to was giving a patient bad news.
Mm-hmm.
I'm sorry, Martha, but there's definitely a tumor.
It's got to be hard for all doctors, really.
It's in a very dangerous spot. It's deep inside the left lobe. These types of tumors are usually fatal.
You got to get in there and find out, though.
And because of the location of the tumor, there's about a 50% chance of success.
I want the operation.
Yeah. 50% is better than 0%.
Usually those types of tumors show up in people a lot older.
I knew you'd still be here.
Annette, I'm sorry I was supposed to meet you.
Oh, is that his wife?
Hey, I got you a present.
What?
Oh, Dale, you are not going to believe what I found.
Birthday, anniversary?
Oh, heavy.
Oh.
It's head.
Oh, phrenologist, yeah.
Oh, and I haven't even told you the best part yet.
Oh?
Okay, just guess who this once belonged to.
I don't know who.
Einstein?
Sigmund Freud.
Oh, him.
Sigmund Freud.
Must have cost a fortune if it belonged to
Right
him.
over the left ear. There. All gone.
That might have been Dr. Freud's fingerprint you just wiped off.
Yeah, maybe there was something to that.
Now look, I know you're worried, Martha. But you gotta have faith, okay?
Yeah.
All right.
That's all you can have when you're sick like that.
I was always tense before surgery, but I was feeling more stressed than usual.
Yeah.
Then I happened to look over at the head. The
Gonna
spot
get an
where it
answer?
started off was back, in the exact
What?
same place.
The reappearing fingerprint.
I was about to leave to prep for Martha's surgery when I noticed the spot was back again.
Freud's still working on that head after death?
It was in the exact same place. Section 11, above the left ear.
Maybe it's trying to tell him
Then I
something.
remembered
Section 11's maybe where her tumor is.
every human emotion, with corresponding numbers to the numbers on the head, was written on the map. I looked at number 11. Written
11?
next to it was the word cautiousness.
Cautiousness.
I had no explanation, but there it was. Back again.
You got rats in the building
I
or
didn't
something?
want to The spot was in the exact same place as the tumor in Martha's brain. As a precaution, I decided to check the records in radiology. And that's when I got the shock of my life.
Oh, what's that?
Martha, there was a mix-up in radiology. The MRI wasn't yours.
What? It was another one?
I'm saying you're fine.
Wait,
You can go home.
she's not sick?
The MRI actually belonged to an 88-year-old man named Martin Blaine, not Martha Blaine. It was a simple
Oh.
filing error, but how it was discovered, there was no simple answer to that. It still sits on
If he
my
hadn't seen the
desk.
head.
The switching and confusing of patients' records is certainly not unheard of. Is that all that actually happened here?
Mm-hmm.
But then, how do you explain the smudge on the phrenologist's head that kept coming back? And why did it turn up in the exact spot as the tumor in the MRI?
Apparently the head belonged to Sigmund Freud. Did Sigmund Freud actually study phrenology? Like, maybe he did. I don't know. Like, I haven't read a ton on Sigmund Freud. Like, I'm sure mix-ups like that happen too. Like, maybe it was a similar name or something like that. Like they said, it was Martha Blaine and Martin Blaine. So spot reappearing on the same spot on the head. like 4 times until the doctor checks it and then makes that discovery. Like how does that happen? You could say maybe Freud's keeping an eye on his head, and he's watching the whole situation, and maybe he just kind of gives the doctor a little nudge in the right direction, I guess. But again, this is one where maybe it's not a fingerprint on a head, but maybe he got some indication that something was mixed up, and not to do that surgery because the girl was fine. And I'm sure once they got in there and they didn't see a tumor, they would have figured it out too. But I hesitate to go 3 truths in a row, but this is also one I can kind of believe. I've always kind of wondered, since I started the show, I've always kind of wondered if there was going to be an episode with all 5 stories being the same result, like all of them being true or all of them being fiction or whatever. And I kind of got a feeling about this one being true as well. That's kind of where my hunch is. So for the 3rd time today, I'm going to say true. Am I going to think the 4th story is true? Well, let's see what it is, and I'll see.
Do you love to go a-wandering beneath a clear blue sky?
Yep.
Hiking is no longer just the pursuit of Boy Scouts or hardy mountain men types.
It's great exercise, too.
A solitary walk in the woods is just what the soul needs.
I don't really do it in the woods, but I do it.
Every chance I'd get, I'd grab my backpack and take off for a while into the wilderness. Nothing was unusual about the way this hike started. It was just me wanting to be alone with nature. My parents
It's pretty normal so far.
Outdoors. I was taught to always respect Mother Nature. Dad liked to say that she had a pretty face, but her mood could change in a split second.
Yeah, it's so true. Weather reports aren't always right.
I'd heard a lot about the bridge, but I'd never crossed it before. I knew that it was built right at the start of World War II, so I felt a sense of history as I got closer.
That's like an Indiana Jones bridge right there. Looks kind of dangerous.
There was no other way to the other side.
Oh, you be careful, girl.
It felt pretty solid, so I decided to go for it.
Yeah, I'd be turning back right now.
That bridge seemed to take on a life of its own. I was never afraid of heights before, but I suddenly felt dizzy and weak.
Oh, you can do this. Come on.
All the warning signals in my body were telling me to run to safety, but I couldn't run. The way that bridge was shaking, I could barely walk. I was doing all I could not to surrender to my fears.
You're scaring me, and I'm just sitting here watching.
The bridge was shaking more than ever, and I was becoming a victim of my own fear. I was now in a state of panic.
Oh, wow.
I was sure I was going to die and that I'd never see my parents again.
Oh, jeez. Come on, come on. Who's that?
Don't be afraid. Stay calm, I'll help you.
Okay. Good Samaritan.
I know. I saw her name tag. It read Margaret Lang. It's a name I'll never forget.
Margaret Lang, registered nurse.
Something about her gave me the strength and courage to move again.
Oh man, she's gonna get off and then the bridge is gonna go. Yeah. Okay, she's safe and... Yep. Bye-bye bridge. Oh.
I was sure that Margaret Lang went down with the bridge.
That sucks.
How are you doing? Are you okay?
I'm fine.
That's gotta be traumatic, man.
I know it sounds crazy, but there was a woman on the bridge in a nurse's uniform. Her name tag said Margaret Lang.
They know her.
We adopted you when you were 6 months old.
Okay.
Your birth parents died in a plane crash.
Oh, so that's her birth mother.
Why are you telling me this now?
Because your birth mother was a registered nurse. Her name was Margaret Lang.
Yep, that's what I thought. That was the dead birth mother who saved her.
When we got home, my mother showed me a photograph of my birth mother in a nurse's uniform.
Yep.
It was her, the same woman who saved my life on the bridge.
No surprise there.
Was Trisha Coburn's life really saved by the ghost of her dead mother? Could it have been another nurse with the same name? If so, why was no trace of the nurse's body ever found? Did Trisha imagine the entire encounter? But then, how would she know her real mother's name and profession if she was unaware of her existence?
Talk about this one. So yeah, she's crossing a bridge on a hike, gets all rickety and scary and all that, and, giving me flashbacks of Indiana Jones. Yeah, then this registered nurse appears saying, you gotta get off this bridge, yada, 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 keep moving forward. And she does, and then the bridge collapses with supposedly the registered nurse on it. So, and then she finds out from her parents that Margaret Lang, the registered nurse, was her birth mother. And she didn't know that she was adopted before. So, again, if she thinks she saw somebody and it was a ghost, that's within her own mind because she was alone. But how did she see like exactly the right name and the right profession of her birth mother when she didn't even know she had a different birth mother. So that's where I'm getting tripped up. Again, this is one where I can see it being true as well, and I mean, I've been hesitant to, say the first 3 are true. I've been really hesitant to say the first 4 are true. I don't think this one's impossible either, but there's parts of it that are like, okay, that's a lot to believe. This might be the one where I go fiction. I'm gonna go fiction on this one. We got one more, then we get our answers. Let's go.
You never know what items you might find at a garage sale or a swap meet.
Mm-hmm.
This cigar box, as we know, one man's trash can be another man's treasure. Aggie and Heather Baker are about to visit a swap meet. It'll turn out to be an experience they won't want to swap for anything.
Yeah. I don't know. Sometimes random stuff can, have a big impact on you.
It was a Sunday morning, and I was doing one of my favorite things. Spending time with my daughter, Heather.
Oh.
Campbell
Lane's in this one? He's the announcer for the show.
Every Sunday before work, we hit the local swap meets hunting for bargains.
I'm sure I'll recognize his voice when I hear it. Hmm? Oh? Is there a mouse in there?
Really? Well, there must be something inside.
No, just a bunch of cards. Well, it's definitely vibrating.
Well, it's probably just an old toy inside that keeps going off. Okay, now I'm officially late. Heather, we gotta go.
Mommy, can we buy the box?
Just buy the box.
How much for the cigar box?
Give me $1 and it's yours.
Oh, okay. Price is right.
Mommy, the box is vibrating again.
I can't talk right now, honey. I'm a little bit busy.
She brought her daughter to work?
Then, one of our regulars, John August, came in.
Hi, Heather.
Hi, Mr. August.
How are you on this fine day?
Yeah, that sounds like Campbell Lane.
I didn't come in to eat, Aggie. I'm here because a mistake was made.
Oh.
What kind of mistake?
Box wasn't for sale?
The cigar box you bought. It's actually mine.
I thought it was Gretchen's.
Oh.
No. She bought it at an auction. I fell behind on my rent.
If it's
So
yours,
it's
you
foreclosed.
should have it back.
There's just this one thing inside that matters to me. May I?
Sure.
Okay. Maybe it's the toy that makes it vibrate.
Remember.
Here.
Okay. Some kind of war medal?
It's called a Purple Heart.
Oh, yeah.
I got this fighting Nazis in the Second World War. I'll never forget the ceremony when they gave it to me. My parents were standing there crying.
Yeah, you gotta take your Purple Heart back.
Thanks, Heather.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's a good thing she bought that.
Sometimes the box vibrates.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Maybe it was the Purple Heart. Hearts do beat, you know.
The telltale Purple Heart.
As we were walking home that night, we saw an ambulance outside an apartment building near the diner.
Don't tell me it's him.
One of the tenants died.
Really? Who?
His name was August. John August.
John August? We just saw him at the diner where I work a couple of hours ago.
A couple of hours ago.
What?
No,
Did he
that
die
can't be.
more than a
He's
couple
been dead
hours
for
ago?
at least 2 days.
He's been dead for 2 days.
Funny, he had a medal in his hand. Some old Purple Heart from World War II.
Oh, no, 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 no.
On a whim, I took the old baseball cards from the box into a dealer. I almost fainted when he told me they were worth almost $50,000.
Wow.
First thing I did was set up a college fund for Heather. Thanks, Mr. August.
Good thing you bought that box after all.
Did the old soldier really return after his death to get his medal? Or did the paramedic simply make a mistake about the time of death? What about our story? Have we convinced you that this is a
what about
box
it?
filled with items of truth? Or is it a nice try, but no cigar?
We'll see if there's any cigar here. All right. She sees a random box at a swap meet. It vibrates, and, Heather wants to buy it. And Mom, says no, no, no. But Heather insists, and, the price is $1, so Mom finally agrees. And then while the mom's working and Heather's just hanging out in the store, or the restaurant, I guess, Mr. August shows up and says, hey, that's my box, and that's my Purple Heart inside. He asks for the Purple Heart back, and he gets it. And Heather keeps the box. And then as they're walking home, they see the ambulance, and apparently Mr. August has actually been dead in his apartment for 2 days and holding that Purple Heart. It's kind of hard to, give a Purple Heart to a ghost and have the ghost walk away with it, And then it just happens to be on the body of the person that the ghost is of. There's definitely some problems with this story. It's a good story. It's a well-written story. I just don't know if it's a true story. Yeah, I think I'm going to say this last one is fiction too. Okay, so I did mark the first 3 as true, 1, 2, and 3, and I did mark the last 2 as fiction, 4 and 5. So let's see how I did there.
Now let's look back at tonight's stories and find out which ones are inspired by actual events and which ones are totally false. Let's review the story of the ghost hunters who tried to capture the spirits on film.
All right, I said true here.
Are you seeing that?
He's angry. Spirit is angry. He does not want you to be filming him.
Can it be that this story is fact? Yes, it is.
Yes.
This event was reported as taking place in England in the years following World War II.
All right, got the first one.
Let's take another look at the roulette player who found he could control the wheel with his mind.
All right, I said true on this one too.
Number 7 wins.
Is it possible that this story is true?
Is it?
Not this time.
Not
it's
this
a fraud.
one. Okay. So 1 out of 2.
How about the story of the model of a head that saved a patient from dangerous and needless surgery?
All right, and I also said true on this.
The map word cautiousness.
Was this story based on a real happening? Yes.
Yes.
It happened in the state of Florida in the 90s.
So that is 2 out of 3, and
What
that
was
is
your
35 out
opinion
of
a hiker
58.
who was rescued from a collapsing bridge by her mother's ghost?
Okay, I said fiction on this one. If I get one more right, that's matching my previous seasons.
You have to get off the bridge right away.
Was this story inspired by an actual event?
Was it?
Yes.
Yes.
It was inspired by an incident that took place in Texas in the late 60s.
2 out of 4, still a chance for 3.
The story of the veteran, the cigar box, and the Purple Heart medal. How did you judge that one?
Okay, and I said fiction on this one too.
Hearts do beat, you know.
Yep.
Goodbye, Mr. August.
Bye.
That goodbye, knowing what
Is
happens
this strange
next.
story based on fact? Yes.
Yes.
Similar event took place in Ohio in the early 80s.
Okay, so I ended up with a 2.
Were you able to navigate the waters of deceit to find the islands of truth tonight? Is there really
Ish.
a way to...
Let's wrap it up, folks. All right, guys, thank you guys for tuning into my reaction to Beyond Belief, Season 4, Episode 12. So we made a little bit of progress. Got a 2 out of 5, and my season total is now 35 out of 60, which did not quite get me to my previous season total of 36, but I just need 1 more right in the final episode to match that, and 2 more right in the next final episode to beat that. So I am in good position to do that. So yeah, I can't believe the next Beyond Belief is going to be the last one. Yeah, I don't have access to any of the revivals right now. I just have access to the 4 original seasons. That will be the end of the show, at least for now, unless those other seasons do become available later. Yeah, if they do, I'll definitely revisit it. But it has been a good one, and we have 1 more episode to go, so that'll wait till next time. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, all that fun stuff. Check out my sports vlogging channel, JordangeVision Sports. And until next time, this is Jordan saying you can be productive sitting at home on your couch. All you need is a TV, a great catalog, and a vision. This has been JordangeVision. Have a good one, guys. Take care.